Okay, hi Virgo, and this reading is for the new moon in your seasons. So this new moon in Virgo energy is all about you. It's on the 17th of September. Happy birthday to those of you who've had a birthday, and happy birthday for you who it is coming over the next week. This will also incorporate some of Libra's energy as we enter the Libra season on the 22nd, and that 22nd is also that full equinox as well. Okay, so we are really going to look at the energy around all of that for you guys. So the first card will very much be a card that represents the focus of intention. It will be anything that we need to know for this new moon phase in Virgo for you. Let's see what this focus of intention is. I'm going to take that one because it's looking at me. Stand still. Focus of intention. This is interesting. For me, Virgo is very much, I represent Virgo as trees. I know that sounds weird and odd, but it is what it is. For me, the reason I say that is because you are very grounded. It's a very earthed energy, okay? So the fact that this has come out saying stand still for you guys is like stand like a tree, you know. Can't make these kind of things up, guys. Okay, this second card is very much going to be anything that we may need to release. It can represent any blocks that could be coming through for you guys as well during this new moon season. So let's see what we've got. What do we need to release? Things and blocks. Okay. That one. Nice little jumper. Okay, victim mentality. Definitely need to release that. Taking time to breathe, taking time to be still will help this for sure. This can represent meditation as well, this standing still, okay? So bearing that in mind, being able to connect in with yourselves. This victim mentality is definitely a block that comes up a lot in most of my readings. It hasn't come up yet for this specific moon, but it is something that comes up for private clients again and again and again and again. It's there is often aspects of our lives that we do feel like, why me? And that is definitely something that it is representing there. Interestingly, I've just cut the deck and I've got the Two of Cups here. So this would be a relationship. So keeping that in mind, especially with this, as I was just talking about that as I've cut the deck. If there is any relationship aspects for any of you, I will just show you that as well, because there's strength on the bottom there as well. So having strength, if you have lost a relationship, it isn't a case of why me, you know, tapping into your inner strength is, yeah, grief. It does feel like there could be some of you who have lost a relationship recently. Okay, well, we'll see what else comes out. Let's see what comes across over these cards here. But definitely having that strength and definitely just being aware of that, that victim mentality. Sometimes being aware of it helps you stop and cut it, so that it doesn't continue. Okay, what else do we need to know here for yeah, okay, there is a resistance to an ending. I've got the Death card here and it's in reverse as I read the table. Okay, there is that resistance to it. I've got the Two of Swords here as well, again in reverse as I read the table, but I'll show you the image upright. Now this is very much like at a crossroads. I feel like you could go one way or the other. There is this Five of Wands here on the table, which is my drama card, all about drama, arguments, etc, etc. It's this way, so it could be that that is ending. There is a reference to needing to focus on something else, focusing on career instead of focusing on this relationship issue. The shadow side is on the table here as well. So for me, this shadow side card is going to really, it's interesting it's come out with the Death card and this. Okay, they're really asking you to look at certain aspects of the way you think. This is very much like that blocking energy, which is this victim mentality as well. You're blocking yourself from the next steps because you're doubting yourself. It's like, oh no, but that could never happen for me, or I don't deserve that. Like, being aware of that, this is stuff that needs to stop. They're really focusing in on that. I would say very much for this Libra, the full equinox at the beginning of the Libra season on the 22nd, you really need to be looking at what things that you need to release, and it could very well be a lot of mental aspects. Okay, I want to say as well, like, speaking your truth is coming through a lot. Some of you aren't really speaking things into existence. I think that's that block as well. Like, anything that's like you want in your life, it then comes down to like, oh yeah, but I might not get it, or I might not deserve it, or that probably won't happen. It's like you're talking the universe out of it before it's even come and happened. So keeping that in mind as you move forward as well. I'm just going to ask specifically around this full equinox, and if there is anything that we need to know in relation to that. Anything do we need to know for our lovely Virgos in relation to this full equinox? Okay, referencing moving forward, there is a reference to balance. That's interesting because she was trying to show herself before, but she's now come out on the table. And she's been out here already today too. A reference to, like, not necessarily just going, whoa, okay. We'll put those away. Yeah, so moving away from having carried everything on your own, you can use, so you've been in the hermit mode, right? But it is in reverse as I read it on the table. Okay, so for me, you can now step outwards. You can step out of your shell. You can reach out for help and advice, and you can move forward. The Emperor is on the table, can represent a father figure. Very grounded, very logical figure. Okay, so bringing in balance is going to be very, very important. That will also help with this mentality, right? Bringing balance into your life. Moving forward, moving away from these shadow aspects, moving away from the drama, moving away from the, even if that's internal drama, right? This might not be drama with another person for some of you. This could very well be internal drama. You're battling yourself. You're battling that, like, back and forth, the two swords, like, constantly clashing. It is a sense of, okay, if you have got to the point that you are identifying these limiting beliefs, this shadow side aspect, that you've identified it, but instead of battling with it, you can keep it in balance and keep it moving, right? So if you notice these type of things coming up, you can then, instead of battling to keep it away, acknowledge it and keep it moving. Like, you don't have to fight with it. It can be part of you as you move forward. I'm saying moving forward because this keeps looking at me. This Chariot card keeps looking at me. It's like time to move, time to go, time to charge. So yeah, I would definitely say that a lot of this is about mental internal conflict for most of you. You can definitely get help. There is someone who can help you. It could be this father figure that's on the table for some of you. It could very well be this balancing, this like healer aspect. You could visit somebody who does do certain healing aspects, and they can help you with this shadow side, this victim mentality. Okay, but it is a positive that we do have this moving forward aspect here. So I will leave this sort of information with you, as I've said to many of the people on here today, that you can very much look at things that you need to release, especially around this full equinox. What type of things are no longer serving you, especially what you've gained and learned about yourself over the last 6 months. What kind of things can you release? Okay, standing still, taking time to acknowledge those things. Don't let the thoughts become you, because they're not you, they're just thoughts. Okay, they are an external entity to what we are as a soul. Okay, so taking time to stand still to be able to differentiate between like who you are as a soul energy and who your thoughts are, what those thoughts are. Taking that time and then being able to identify how to let them go without it being an internal conflict or struggle. Okay, so let's ask for a final outcome card. I asked for a couple of those just because I am greedy. So interestingly, this is on the bottom here, chaos and conflict. This is the same card. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on the table there, just being aware of that. This is also interesting for me because this is here and now, which is like stand still. Are there any final outcome cards? Excuse me. Interesting. No place like home, especially because you've got the Hermit card on the table, although it is in reverse for me, so I would have said being able to go out. But I've got clean it up as well. So clean it up can be thought processes, but it's interesting like this has come out with the home card. So I want to put those two together. There may very well be some of you who are watching this in the other hemisphere. So you're coming into the spring equinox, so this would be like spring cleaning reference. Even if it's not, just clean up that house. Getting stuff out really helps the mentality aspect. Okay, if you're feeling like low or depressed or anything like that, I know it's sometimes harder, it's easier said than done, right? It's hard to get up, it's hard to do these things, but simple activities such as cleaning it just moves the energy around in the property. So this could very well be a message for some of you in relation to that. I am going to ask this deck for a final outcome card. Calm your mind, body, and soul. And that's green as well. So this is very much like that stand still. Just calm everything, right? Coming into a calmer space. Again, easier said than done. But coming into that calmer space is very much about the stillness, the connection with the universal spirit, which are the terminology you like to use. So it's very much like bringing that in, and then you're able to see where you need to go forwards, okay? And calming your mind, body, and soul is a very healing aspect. Remember, we've got this lady healer on the table here as well, okay? Right, this last deck is aimed and uses the reference for females. So if you are not a female, I apologize. Adapt it for yourself. But I'm using this card today and running with it. So a final message, please, for my Virgos. Too many there. That one's on its own. Kindness is courage, which I think is very poignant with you guys, because you guys are known as a very steady, helpful, sturdy, always there star sign. Okay, so kindness is courage. Kindness is not a weakness. Kindness is a courage, okay? So if any of you have got this aspect at the moment with this victim mentality, like, why am I always so nice? Why am I always doing so much for other people? It's courage, my dear. It's courage. Right, I am going to leave that there for you guys. If you are interested in any private readings, the link is down below for you. I hope it resonated. If anything resonates, take it. If it doesn't, let it go. It's not for everybody. So some messages may very well be clearer for some than others. But yes, have a great new moon, and I will see you guys soon.